which is... What's the
I am not a cat. I'm a person.
I don't believe this. I don't believe you in any way, shape, or form. I am not using that. No, that's stupid.
Three gnomes in a trench coat.
All right.
That works.
Just so you guys know, you are all on there.
Want to
and we
I
should be
around? Let's give this
streaming.
We are.
And I'm waiting for this to do the... Oh my
Except
gosh.
you got Adam and Maria in the wrong spot, but that's okay.
What did you guys do?
You screwed up the...
No, they switched positions.
Oh, it's sort of our way.
Meerkats.
No. It looks so blurry.
How did
you should be able to just grab...
Yep, I'm just grabbing them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, choose virtual background. Okay.
I don't even know how you guys did that.
It's just my Zoom's just that bad?
All right, so we got everything is streaming on that.
Oh
my God, Adam!
I know what happens.
I swear to God, Adam, if you start messing up,
I'm gonna do HD.
Oh my God! Oh, you guys are a bit ridiculous.
I just wanted to. Is it blurred? Okay, that's fine then.
I am not blurring my background. I want everybody to experience the glory of Judith slaying Holofernes.
Nice.
That was mine.
Joe, we're live, so go.
Here we go.
Go right ahead.
Here we go, guys. Welcome. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for being a part of this. I'm super excited. Welcome to Out of the Abyss. And I'm pretty sure no one has played this game before. It's certainly one of my favorites to run. So we are going to start off with letting you all know what's up, where you guys are. But maybe we should first introduce ourselves to the stream, to the watchers, if there are any watchers. My name is Joe Atanasio. Are any watchers? My name is Joe Atanasio. Are any watchers? My name is Joe Atanasio. Are any watchers? Does no one else want to introduce themselves?
I mean, I'll go next.
You go next.
I'm Anthony Bean, and I am just a clinical psychologist, and here to die a couple times. I think is really what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm Shane. I'm a professor at Ohio Northern University. I DM'd about a decade ago, and I'm just looking forward to this wonderful experience.
You're so funny. You think it's going to be wonderful.
I'm an optimist.
It's gonna be
That's all I can do. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be lovely. We're gonna just be picking flowers. It's gonna be a beautiful. We're gonna be having a beautiful bonding experience. It's gonna be great.
I am playing a cat.
And you are a cat. Let's see. See, there we go. And I got a guitar, so we're okay.
Nice.
I'm Lodestar. I'm a school counselor, and I'm here for clout.
You're also our first certified geek therapist.
Right.
Oh yeah, you're like let's do that secondary. Okay. Who's going next?
I'll go next. Adam can go next.
Oh, please.
Go both at the same time.
That's right. Yeah, just get this over with.
3,
get it over with.
2, 1. I'm Dr. Gameology, and I stream video games and teach grad school classes and do research and things. And I'm going to learn how to play Dungeons and Dragons, how to at least die, and maybe to do a couple admirable things as well.
I mean, this is your first time ever playing D&D, so we do have you as a new one completely, which I'm very excited about.
Yep.
I am Adam. I am a clinical care worker with children. I have lifelong love of Dungeons and Dragons. I love DMing and other role-playing systems. Find me at Snake Elf Druid on Twitter and maybe Twitch someday. Who knows? Look forward to gaming.
Okay. I waited as long as possible. I'm Maria. I'm an art psychotherapist, and I'm I can't think of anything else to say besides that.
No, you can introduce the
I
dog. You have to if a dog ever appears,
Oh,
it must yeah.
I'm sorry. This is my daughter Pearl, and she's here to take the attention off me.
That's awesome. Welcome,
There you go.
guys.
Welcome,
Perfect.
Pearl.
Welcome, Pearl.
Pearl's
So-
back again.
Here we go. Captured by the Drow. And if you don't know who the Drow are, you soon will. They are the elves of the Underdark, living underground for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And you wouldn't wish this fate upon anyone. Yet here you are, locked in a dark cave. The cold, heavy weight of metal tight around your throat and wrists. You're not alone. Other prisoners are trapped in here with you, in an underground outpost far from the light of the sun. Your captors include a cruel Drow priestess who calls herself Mistress Ilvara of House Mizram. Over the past several days, you've met her several times, robed in silken garments and flanked by 2 male Drow, one of whom has a mass of scars along one side of his face and neck. Mistress Ilvara likes to impress her will with scourge in hand and remind you that your life now belongs to her. Accept your fate, learn to obey, and you may survive this. Her words echo in your memory, even as you plot your escape. I'll go ahead and I'll show you guys a picture of this lovely lady.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe, just so you know, you're Wilsoning the camera.
I'm Wilson.
Wilsoning. There you go.
Are you doing that?
Yeah, he's doing a
Tool
Wilson-
time.
Tool time style.
All right, here we go. Ilvara. So I'm going to show it to you guys. I'll show it to the audience too.
What a staff.
Yeah, the staff has 3 writhing tentacles on it that she just loves to use against her subordinates, as well as those who talk back to her. So,
I could be imprisoned by, a mind slaver or like,
There are worse things is what
Intellective
you're
hour.
saying.
yeah.
Is she supposed to be scary? Because she's kind of hot.
oh no,
Everyone
oh,
thought it, I'm saying it.
a little bit of both. A little bit of both.
I feel like you're just copying Ubisoft at this point.
The first thing that I would like you all to do is
Okay.
to go to your character sheet.
Okay.
And I want you to erase every piece of equipment you have.
Oh, boo.
Alrighty, it looks like I'm going to be
Skyrim.
strangling people with my bare hands.
You also
Okay.
have no gold. So any gold, gone. Wherever you were frolicking about on the upper world, you have been captured. Your heads have been bagged. You've been chained together. And what feels like just an endless couple of 10 days, you find yourselves winding around in the cold, frigid tunnels of the Underdark. All light is gone. The twisting, narrow passageways have led you to lose all sense of direction. And when you finally arrive, the place of your potential lifelong resting place is known as Velkenvelv, a Drow outpost in the Underdark. And I'll show you what that looks like too.
Okay. Let's go. Ooh.
Pretty.
Pretty for being a dark, scary, ominous place. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. As you are led across these really narrow sort of wooden bridges, they enter into these stalactites that hang from the cavern ceiling that's about hundreds of feet up. And these stalactites are so large that they've actually been carved into, that living residences have been made into them. There's also some very faint glowing lights that give off a slight hint of light in this Underdark. And you notice that these bridges go over this crevasse that is just entangled with silver webs. I'm going to switch the maps so you're going to see where you all are. And you might have to zoom in.
Okay.
You guys are over here. Let me know if any of you really can't see anything, if the map is entirely black.
I see a little place. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You are in a prison cell with a couple of other individuals. But even though you've lost all of your equipment and items and gold, you've been here for some time. And through your own cunning or even bartering, you have been able to scavenge some possessions. So let's see what you all have gathered in the days that you've been here. Let's see. Let's start off with Shane. Let's start off with you.
Okay.
I'd like you to roll a 1d10. Let's see how many days you've been here. How many days have you been stuck in this hellhole?
Okay. The answer is... I've only
One
been
day.
here one.
You're brand spanking new. You're fresh meat. Here you are. First day. This
Lovely.
is it.
Wow, it's a lovely place. Great to be here. It's amazing. It's better than the other place I've been. My goodness.
I would like you to now roll a 1d20.
I can handle that. The answer is 12.
Nice. As you are being led and this large metallic door screeches open and you're thrust into it by the guards, into the jail cell, you manage to sort of scrape off of the wall a living spider.
Okay. I will love him and carry him forever and call him George. Okay, good.
All right. Let's go to Meowster. Meowster, rolled 1d10. Let's see how long you've been in this dark dungeon.
Let me see how much it's gonna be. Don't want a basic roll. Just d10. 7 days.
Oof. Yeah, man. It's starting to get rough. You've lost a couple pounds.
Isn't it? When isn't it getting rough?
Roll 1d20.
Oh, God. A 6.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of spiders in this place. In fact, it's a well-known game for all the prisoners to fight for the spiders. And you're eyeing this new guy who's come in. Can you actually describe how you look, Silnan? Can you describe your character?
Yeah, I look kind of scraggly. I look like, a relatively tall, looks like I've been out in the sun, kind of look ignorant, kind of have my dirty blonde hair and just kind of, just trying to make sense of things. So I'm
You still got your tan. You still
got my tan. Yeah, still got the tan.
Okay.
So look like fresh meat.
Okay. Yeah. So Meowster, go ahead and describe your character. Because your wife created this character.
Oh boy.
Oh, God!
So So fun fact on this one is I was going to play a different character, and then we all thought it would be a great idea to have my wife Holiday do this entire character. So I am a female Meowster cat who is a type of abilities are of the Buddhist style that has a very good calming presence and can not really get riled up. But if you get in my way, I am not opposed to pushing you with very little effort on my end, but lots of pain on yours. Kind of like a little bit of a wushu style, fluid like things you don't even know it's coming. And I use all your energy against you.
You're a cat
Happy
that
New
turns to
Year.
liquid. A cat that turns to liquid.
Cats
I am
are just
sad she
another
didn't
state
pick-
of matter.
I'm sad she
Cats are
didn't pick the
non-Newtonian
potato.
fluids.
I'm sorry, Maria. What was that?
Oh, cats are non-Newtonian.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are. Yeah. No, I'm just sad your wife didn't pick a potato. That's the first thing.
We
And
didn't give
number
her an
two-
option. I'm
Good,
so
good,
glad
okay.
we didn't give her an option.
And I remind me to thank your wife. This is going to be an awesome adventure already. This is going to be good.
So, Meowster, you actually see this, this guy coming in still with a tan, and you actually spot that he has a spider. And it is a well-known fact that right before bedtime, when the spiders come out, there's like a free-for-all to get the spiders, because quite frankly, the only other food is rotting fungus. So spiders are some good sense of protein. You also actually have a living spider that you've been holding on to for a while.
So my spider is still living.
It is. Still living.
Am I keeping it as a pet?
That's up to you.
And I am curious about whether I should go for this other person, spider as well. So
Yes.
I'm going to say since I have one and I know my sustenance will be done by this 8-legged freakish thing that I will ingest at some point, I would like to point out to my other character, to my friend here, to say, you need to be careful. Someone might take that.
Okay. I appreciate the wisdom. I will guard my new friend with my life.
And then I go back into my meditative state.
Okay. Let's go to Lodestar. Your character's name, Mare? Is it Mare?
Hey,
Mary.
I changed it.
Oh.
Like
Change
4
it
different
to-
times since we started today.
Oh.
I knew I had a time limit. Jacques,
Jacques.
but
All
I'll
right.
go by Jack.
Jacques.
All right. Jack. Describe your character. Go for it.
I am a Triton warlock who is probably super confused about what's happening here because I don't think I've been really on the surface too much, let alone under the surface. So it's like a little like you, I guess, in the world,
Yeah.
kind of like an Atlantis air pocket deal. But I
Okay.
do know that Jack over here is probably not eating the spiders and instead was like, fungus is water of some sort. So I'm going to go for the fungus because these spiders are scary.
Yeah, you
If
just,
I'm
like,
there.
squeeze the bunch of fungus just to get the last drops of water out of him.
Sounds-
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a 1d10. Let's see how long you've been here. Oh, you were brought in with Silnan.
Oh,
Captured at the same
Yay.
time. I don't know. Where were you guys captured? On the beach?
Well, I was captured in the forest. I was trying to make my way and find out what was happening in the world, and I just got swooped up and I have no idea where I am.
They
Okay.
promised me fame and I just followed.
You were the only one uncuffed. You were like, yeah, here we go. Onto the Underdark.
Whatever
right.
that is. Is it a rave?
Go ahead. Roll 1d20. Let's see if you manage to get anything. Yeah. You managed. They took everything off you, like strip searched you, but they didn't find your coin purse. And unfortunately, the only thing in your coin purse is a single gold piece. Where you hid that, that's up to you.
I don't know, because if you've seen the outfit I'm wearing, there's not much.
think,
right.
I think our character Maria is getting eyes for this of where this is going, and I bat my eyes at her and say, "Don't even think about it."
Well, Maria, let's go to your character. What's your character look like?
Okay. One, I was cringing. Two, thank you for misreading. She's, I mean, she's kind of there. Too much hair at all times. I'm gonna project a little bit with that. Um, and she's tired. She's really tired.
Hmm.
Average height human. I'm just kind of there.
Okay. Roll a 1d10. Let's see how long you've been here.
Oops.
/R. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's like not a subreddit.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate the gesture, though. Oh,
Oh man,
my
all of
gosh.
you have all been brought in. Go ahead and roll a 1d20. All of you are new. They brought in like a whole batch of you. This is
Big
great.
haul.
Yep. You unfortunately have managed to not really grab anything. Do you have any thoughts on where you were captured or how you were captured by the Drow, Dark Elves?
No. I probably got lost on my way going somewhere.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Adam. Patrick, describe Patrick.
Patrick is a squat halfling. He's been in situations worse than this before, and he's not akin to eating spiders to save his life. But he's friendly enough. He tries to make nice with all the other, prisoners in the cells with him. I was a thief, and I got tricked into going into the Underdark in order to find a rare artifact to set me sister free. And otherwise, got bonked on my head, and here I am.
1d10. How long you been here?
Alrighty, let's set that up.
There you go.
5 days.
Half a 10 day. All right, and go ahead and roll 1d20. See if you manage to scrounge anything up.
15.
Ooh, yeah. You have managed, part of the things that they have you do, and those who are new to the prison, you don't know it yet. But certainly Meowster and Patrick, you've been here long enough that you know that every day you guys are put to work towards some menial tasks. And one of these tasks happens to sometimes be to clean out the Quaggoth den. The Quaggoth are sort of these guard dogs of the Drow. They're extremely large, hulking ape-like beasts that are hairy and matted. The stench off of them is just putrid. And in cleaning out one day, their den, you found something that sparkled in a pile of Quaggoth poop. And it turned out to be a carnelian gemstone worth about 10 gold.
Oh.
So
We ask Lodestar's character, can you hide this where you hide your other stuff?
And I'm like, what is it?
Oh God, we are not. Oh dear.
all right.
Do you think I could try to snag one of them spiders?
Possibly. You ate your last one.
Okay.
You ate your last one.
I've had
So
worse
you are
street
out-
meat
you
on the
are ready-
streets of.
You were ready for this evening. When the spiders come out, you might have to fight some people for it, but you're ready. You're quick, you're nimble, you're ready to get a new
They don't even
spider.
notice me. I'm 3'5". I'm just.
All right. Finally, Dr. Gameology. Your
All right.
character. Describe your character. What's your character look like?
I am emaciated and I can barely open my eyes. And I don't know who's in here. I certainly don't know where they're hiding things. And I don't even remember losing my belongings. I just remember waking up here and I'm suffering from learned helplessness.
You're just pulling in everything tonight.
All right. Go ahead and roll a 1d10. And the way you do that is if you enter into the chat box, go ahead and press /r space 1d10, and you'll get a roll.
Okay. Can I just click the dice in the
You
top
can
left?
absolutely just click the dice. Yep.
And then D10?
Mm-hmm. 3.
How does that
All
work?
right. You've been here for about 3 days.
Oh man, I'm overreacting. This is not good.
You were already emaciated before you got here.
Somehow you managed to keep your staff, and we're all kind of a little wondering about that, though. Like, how did you manage that?
Well, in there, I don't have my staff. This is just my comfort blanket for playing a new scary game in the real
Hey,
world.
Linus, whatever you need.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll a 1d20, Daniel.
Okay.
Let's see if you manage to pick anything up. 9. Nope. You're really playing the learned helpless role real well. You've got nothing.
Yeah, because I know all the ways to get out of here, but I know I can't do any of them, so I'll just watch everyone else struggle and suffer.
That works.
All right.
It's going to make us happy.
All right. So here you are. Some of you have dark vision. Some of you don't. Some of you are human or another race that doesn't really have dark vision. So some of you can see better than others. There's almost no light in this cave. The only little bit of light that comes through are these phosphorescent sort of fungus that skirt the slick, slimy walls of this cave. There are a bunch of other prisoners in here with you. Certainly, Meowster, you've been here the longest, and even some of them have come in while you have been here. I could sort of describe them just briefly all to you, and it'll be up to you whether or not who you're talking to and everything. But just as a quick reference, Meowster, probably the person that you notice most is this large, overweight fish humanoid, and believe it or not, he often spends his time just like you, meditating. And he sits down often in a corner to himself and just closes his eyes and he has this guttural sort of fishy sound. There are also 2 twins, 2 deep gnomes, and everyone sort of knows their name. One's Topsy, one's Turvy. They really keep to themselves. They often, sort of share each other's food and team up for the spider game at the end of the day. But yeah, they're brother and sister. There's also another Drow in here, and he also is very quiet, often keeps to himself, and rarely says anything or interacts with anyone. You then have an actual Quaigoth, one of those hulking beasts, one of the guard dogs, except he's different. Instead of sort of crawling on all fours, he stands upright, and he's very particular about cleanliness. Just, he's always pruning himself, always cleaning himself, not wanting to get dirty in any way. There's also an orc. His name is Ront. He's gotten in trouble a couple of times. He's the one who's gotten the scourge the most. And he's very vocal, tries to intimidate some of the other prisoners. Then there's Eldith. Eldith is a dwarf with red hair. She has braids, and she's very prim and proper, but also ferocious when she needs to be. She's the only one who doesn't back down from Ront's intimidation. Then there's also a very strange individual with a long, curling mustache, white mustache. Kind of looks like a deep gnome, but his features are a little bit askewed, and he speaks erratically and definitely talks to himself a lot. Then there is Jim Jar, and everyone knows who Jim Jar is. In fact, I'm going to show you a picture of Jim Jar because he's so popular.
Don't, Daniel, there'll be a pop quiz. Don't worry.
I wrote them all down. We're in here with
who's our note taker?
7 people.
Adam, I saw has had some things in there that has been taking some of these characters into consideration. So I'm going to reach out and nudge Adam and be like, "You got all that?"
I'll never forget the face.
Jim Jar comes up to you, actually, Patrick, and he says, I bet you will. I bet you a platinum piece you're going to forget my name. I know you've only been in here for like 5 days or something, but, you know. What you think? 5 platinum?
He said, you forget your name.
Yeah. How much you want to bet?
Well, I never forget a face.
You because you already forgot my name. I knew it. All right. Don't take the bet.
What's the word, Jim Jar?
Oh, you did remember my name. Well, I offered you the bet. You should have taken it. I'll tell you what. I am a gnome of my word. I'll get you your 5 platinum.
And where do you keep that?
Oh, you know, around. I got my ways.
All right. Well, what'd you say? We got some new arrivals here.
Yeah. You want to make some bets? All right. I bet you another 5 platinum that that tan one. He's going first, over the edge, into the webs.
Oh no. I don't like making bets about people's lives.
What? That's half the fun.
Did someone say webs? I heard something about webs. I like webs. You know, that's basically what I study. When I'm back home, I love webs. So, Jim, you said your name was Jim Jar, right? I mean, if you know where some really good webs are, I would love to see some.
Yeah, I do know where some great webs are. So next time the door opens, you just run out and you jump over the cliff.
Run out and jump over. All right, thanks, man. I greatly appreciate it.
Sight of webs.
I advise against that intent.
It's a website.
Oh, and the dad jokes have started.
Now, there is one last individual in this cell, and at first, especially those of you who come in, don't notice him. It seems that there's just a mushroom growing in the center of the cell. And in the middle of you guys talking, it actually uproots itself and it starts walking and hobbling around, bumping into things. And all of a sudden, it sort of shimmies and shakes and poof, spores come out of its top and they just fly all over the cell. And as you breathe it in, he says, "Hi guys, I'm Stool. Nice to meet you."
Oh, God.
Greetings, Stool.
Welcome. Is it your first day?
Apparently
Yeah.
so.
It
I
is
was
our first
promised
day.
fame and fortune, and thus I am here. Am I allowed to just move my person like to the middle of the room?
Yeah.
Cool.
You can move around. Are you famous?
I say so.
Oh
And then
my
I like
gosh.
address the room and I'm like, greetings, fellow dark, sad looking people in this place. For I am Jacques Melusine.
Oh
haven't heard of you. What are you well known for?
Who knows yet? I'm just known.
Oh. Okay, I'm known too. I'm Stool, and I'm one of the explorers of my clan in Neverlight Grove, and I really miss it there. I really want to get back. Do you know? Have you ever been there?
Nope, never heard of it.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's one of the best places to ever go. In fact, I really want to get back. I really need to get back. My colony is expecting me. We're about to have the great melding. I can't miss it. Ah!
Would I recognize the spores that were coming out?
Make a nature check.
Okay. Let's see. So, give me 1 second. Let's see. Grand total would be I think it's nature. Just straight up 10. Or 12. 12.
12. Yeah. With a 12, it's probably easy enough. These are definitely some type of telepathic communication spores. This
Okay.
mushroom doesn't have any mouth, and he seems to be talking through telepathy.
Okay, so it makes
And
sense of
what's
how we're
crazy
communicating.
Is all of a sudden you recognize that you're hearing someone else's thoughts. And it's a woman. Oh my goodness. I have to get back to father. I can't believe this. And Eldith, the dwarf with red hair, sort of looks up and notices that you're looking at her. Can you hear my thoughts? I just heard you thinking about those spores.
I can hear your thoughts. This is weird. I've never had this experience before. How long have you been here?
Once you become one with yourself, you'll hear everyone.
Well, I've been here for maybe about 210 days. I'm from Gontugrim. My father's the king there. Bruno Battlehammer. I need to get back right away. I am tired of these Drow.
Do you know a way out of here?
Possibly. I've been thinking and plotting, waiting for the right time. It's best that you don't make yourself well seen.
Okay. So, do we have a sense that we have everyone that's been hit with the spores? We can read each other's thoughts. We can. So, is it something we can almost like feel they're there, or is it just that we know they've been hit and they're kind of silent?
Yeah. So anyone who's thinking anything, you can hear
you're getting
their thoughts.
the
You're
echoes.
getting
Okay.
these little echoes.
Okay.
Into your mind. Yep.
Okay. Don't know what to do with that yet, but yeah.
This large orc comes over to you, called in, and he slams you against the wall and says, "Hey, give me your spider. I'm
Do I have a
hungry.
spider?
Don't you? I saw it."
I assure you, if I had a spider, I would gladly give it because they are disgusting.
You're not gonna last long in this place with like that type of thinking. Clean
I have
and
accepted
clear.
that I will not last long in a place like this.
Clear your mind, young one.
I feel much older than young.
I know you have one. You've been here just sitting around pretending, oh, woe is me. I'm just a frail man. I know you have a spider. Give it to me now, or I'll break your nose.
I don't even know what to say. I don't have it. Or maybe I gave it to... I forgot our character names. I gave it to Adam.
Make a deception check.
How do
Go
I do
ahead.
that?
Yep,
roll
on your
the-
character sheet. Open up your character sheet, and on the
Oh.
ability list, go ahead and hit the word deception. Not the checkbox, but the word.
I didn't even know. Okay, that makes more sense.
Make your life
On-
easier, man.
On my character sheet.
You should, if you see core, you see core underneath your
Core.
name,
Yeah.
and go to the left side,
Uh-huh.
and you should see deception. It should be like maybe the 5th one down. It's right under athletics. Do you see athletics?
Okay, I'm looking. Yes, I have. So click deception.
There.
There it is.
Yeah.
That looks nicer. Oh,
7 deception. He just snarls at you, and a little bit of drool just dribbles down his chin. I smell it on you. You don't lie to Grant. Grant, break your nose. And he goes ahead and actually pulls back for a punch. Is anyone going to do anything?
yeah. Actually, I'm going to grab his hand and say, "Wait, my friend. No, no, no. You see, if you wait long enough, there'll be more spiders here. You just need patience, my friend.
And
Patience.
Patience. The old wisdom says patience is an infinite virtue, and if you make yourself, less angry and less violent, it means you'll need less energy, and therefore, when the spiders finally come, you can grab more because they're not going to be overwhelmed by your anger aura that you spread around."
And the fish guy sort of opens his eyes and says, "My friend, you only have it half right.
How's that?
Patience. The best patience is doing nothing. You do not grab the spiders. You let the spiders come to you."
I will take that advice.
And he goes back to meditating.
So I'm assuming Jacques can also hear everyone's thoughts, right?
You can.
So Jacques is like, "Wow, you people are bored. I shall entertain thee," and just start like wiggling around in the center. And we're gonna try. Can I cast prestidigitation down here, or was this, well, I wouldn't know. So I guess I'm gonna try anyway.
Okay. Go ahead and make a performance check for your dancing. You start doing a little. Any particular dance you're doing?
The wobble.
Or the wobble?
And while he's performing, because I still have my capabilities, I'm gonna do.
All right, both of you make a performance check. Since you're both helping each other out, you both get advantage. 18 at 17, you guys are hitting the beat like
And
nothing.
boating will save your life one day.
I guess with the beat, I would start twerking instead of wobbling, but whatever.
Well, it's a warble. It's a twerking beat. It has flexibility. It's a 3-4-2-4. You can do what you need with it.
Okay. As you start to, what were you trying to do with prestidigitation?
Oh, I was just gonna make music for myself.
Make music.
But
oh, okay.
there's music now, so I don't need to.
Well, as you were about to make music, nothing happens. Your magic fizzles out.
Internally, I scream.
I would like to, since I can hear everybody else's thoughts, I'd like to try to persuade everyone to take it down a notch and recalm themselves, recenter themselves.
Oh yeah, I guess you would hear the
Help
scream.
with that persuasion.
Sure. Yeah. Are you? How are you helping to? So he's like, calm yourselves. What would you like to be,
I say it half-heartedly, that type of thing.
Tamsin?
I'm gonna kind of look up and be like, "Is this productive?" Do I just click the persuasion button in my character sheet?
Yep. Go ahead. Yeah. For the first time, Tamsin, you see that big sort of hulking beast come up and walk over to you and says, "No, quite not productive at all. I must agree with you, miss. None of these fools are productive, and if you don't mind, I see you have some knots in your hair. Do you mind? I'm very good at braiding."
Thank you for asking before touching my hair. Of course you may.
"Of course I am not some heathen." And he goes to work and starts French braiding your hair.
Wonderful. What a time to be alive.
Now, is he skilled at the French braid? Does this look like something that would come out of a fancy, hairdresser, or is it just very basic?
He's pretty good.
Okay.
Or is he
Pretty
sticking gum in
good.
her hair
You got
behind her back?
the salon
It's the
treatment.
Quagoth, right?
Yes.
there. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it's the Quaggoth. Yeah. Your hair is actually quite beautiful. If you weren't down here, I'm sure the sun and the vitamin D would make your hair just shimmer and shine.
It's excellent.
I very much do miss my sister. Her hair was as golden as the sun itself.
What happened to your sister?
Oh, nothing. I believe she's still in our kingdom of Nerodinevane. I very much miss it there. I have to get back. I am, after all, a prince. My kingdom needs me. What's that look? Such incredulous look.
Well, I'm just wondering, since I have more points on history, if I actually know anything about what he's talking about.
Make a history check.
Roll it up.
Pull it up. Ooh,
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Yep. So, Calden, there is no such kingdom.
It's a lie. You aren't from anywhere. You're trying to get us to help you get out.
I think everybody wants to get out of here.
What are you talking about? There is a kingdom. I am a prince, and my crown was usurped by the evil wizard Terrestor.
Your
trapped me in
starving
this-
in here with us is as valuable as the death of every spider that our orc friend is trying to leech off of us.
Listen, I don't know who you are, but I've never had someone talk to me so rudely. I am a prince. I am royalty. And if you don't stop, I will tear your throat from your face. As
Okay,
his eyes
perception.
become red.
You're kind of pulling my hair a little bit. What if you did that less?
And he starts like pulling on your hair as he's braiding it real
Hey,
tightly.
Right.
Hey, Jim, what's the under over on the smart one?
Oh, I bet you 2 gold. He's gonna lose it. He loses it maybe every 10 day or so. He's gonna fucking lose it. He's gonna lose it. 2 gold. What do you think? 2 gold? It's not that bad. Come on. I already owe you 5 platinum. 2 gold's nothing. Come on.
I'll take it.
All right. And he slaps your hand. That's a
Right.
bet.
While the betting is occurring, I'm going to do a perception check on my new prince friend to see if I feel like he's lying with his nonverbals.
Okay. Perception.
So let's check. Let's give, I believe it would be 16 on that.
Yeah. Also make an insight check as well.
Oh, insight check. Oh, that makes sense. Yep. Yeah, not so much.
Okay.
Am I reading left or right on that?
Is
Left.
he done with my hair yet?
I hope so.
Yeah, he finally lets it go. He lets it go. His focus now is on Calden. And with that perception check, what you do notice, you don't know if he's lying with that insight, but with that perception check,
Yeah.
the demeanor of this individual has completely changed.
Okay.
He is no longer who he was. You can see his knuckles on the floor now. He's hulking over. His back is arched. He's foaming at the mouth. He is no longer whoever he was.
Okay.
I raise an eyebrow, and since we're still able to hear everybody's thoughts, correct?
Right. So I would be thinking that, boy, that looks really, but if I can read his thoughts, he can read my thoughts. So I'd have to guard it enough that I would know that I couldn't send any signals to anyone else.
I also try to put a thought into his head that someone behind the gate of the front door just talked smack about his kingdom and said that he was not the rightful heir. And then
his sister.
I back away from the LOS, the line of
Okay.
sight.
Jaquez gasps audibly and just turns all attention to that.
Yeah.
Because I like rumors. I forgot. I read my character sheet again.
All right, go ahead and make a deception check, Meowster.
Dun, gotta find it. 19.
Wow.
He turns and says, "Those Drow, how dare they!" And he runs up against the metal door and just slams it.
Wind
And
him up.
nothing
Wind him
happens.
up.
and he backs up and slams it again with all his force. And this is like a 7.5 foot tall ape-like creature. And after a couple of bangs, you begin to see it become indented. And you hear some noises sort of coming from the other side. And you hear some clicking, and the gate opens up. And standing there in front of you all is Ilvara and another 2 drow, one of them in what looks like to be a well-plated armor and a shield and what looks like to be some kind of wand by his side. And he goes ahead and he actually fires from the wand a globule of just ichor, and it splashes on the prince, and he begins to solidify. And Ilvara steps in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, Your Highness.
Good morning.
Yes,
Wait.
yes, all
Good morning.
together at the same time, please. That is what I have taught you all, no? Oh, I know. You 3 are new,
Yeah.
but you will soon learn. Listen, shut up and listen, everyone else. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Good morning, Your
Good
Highness.
morning.
Very good, very good. You're learning. Very good. So, Prince, what's the problem? Is there something wrong? And immediately, the prince sort of goes back and says, No. I'm sorry, mistress. I got out of hand. I don't know what came over me. I think I ate some bad fungus last night. I do apologize. And Ilvara looks at him and says, Very understandable. Yes. And I am a very understandable matron. And because I am so understandable, I will give you a very just punishment. Over the edge into the spiders. And his eyes widen as these 2 drow go ahead and drag him out as he screams. And she looks at all of you and says, So, who riled up Zakwagoth?
He riled himself up by being a buffoon of lies.
I mean, like, he kind of really did just get in his own feelings about things. But was he actually a prince? Does anyone know?
Was he really a prince?
Are we allowed to ask questions of you, mistress?
Go ahead and make deception checks with advantage since you're all helping each other out.
Oh, that wasn't a lie. I fully believed I was saying this for like
21.
Deception.
I don't see where the die outcomes are.
So on the right, on the right-hand side, there is
Roll 20.
the journal, but there's also a chat bubble. If you click on the chat bubble, you'll see and scroll down, you'll see all the die rolls.
Oh, okay.
Takes a bit getting used to, but it's very intuitive.
Great.
All right. With some of those high deceptions, she says, Yes, well, I guess it is coming towards the end of the 10-day. He has those mood swings. Yes, well, I guess all of you, we are going to give out the daily duties. So, I would like you all to group up, line up, please, and we'll see and determine what you can do for Velkenvelv and Menzo Baranzen.
So I've been here a couple days. I've been here about 5 days. Does she hand them out randomly, or is there like, first come, first serve, you get the best tasks? Like, have I noticed?
She decides, And she plays a lot of games with people in who she hands out what. She doesn't like brown nosers, and so brown nosers think they're gonna get a good position, but they don't. She will punish those who are unruly and give them pretty bad positions. Sometimes she punishes the quiet ones for being too quiet.
All right, then I'll try to snake my way up to the front, but I'm against like 2 gnomes, so like I don't know if I'm gonna get a good chance to shoulder my way in. So,
Okay, everyone sort of line up in sort of a.
We literally have to do it on the screen.
Yeah, line up. And after you guys line up, I want you all to roll a 1d6.
Hey, ain't bad.
You don't know what that means yet.
That's true.
I'm the only one with a 3.
Okay. All right. So, Tamsin, she looks at you and says, "You think you're prettier than me with your braided hair? You go to the Quaggoth pit and scoop out the shit."
As you wish.
And she is going to bring you, or she's going to have someone escort you over to the Quaggoth pit. I'm going to bring you over there. You go down these stairs that go down maybe about between 50 and 100 feet, all the way down towards what looks like to be an underground river. And you can see the river flowing out underneath the bridges and the stalactites that are hanging down, and they end up in a waterfall that just goes over an edge into an endless abyss. As you sort of walk down this stairwell, you can see there is a shore on the other side of the river. And the shore, there are various passageways that lead in all sorts of different directions into the Underdark. They open up this gate, and you sort of go inside, and there are some Quaggoths sleeping. And as soon as you enter, the acidity in the air just burns it's like cat pee times a million. And it just burns your nostrils.
I am thankful as a cat I am not there. Because I can still hear her thoughts, correct?
No, you cannot hear her thoughts anymore. She seems to be too far away. Okay. Calden, she looks over to you and let me see where you're going.
I know he's got to look up where I'm going.
That's never good. As long as it's not over the spider pit, you're fine.
She says, you're weak, frail, pathetic. I need you to build some muscle. You shall shine the shoes of my gods until they sparkle.
If you make my muscles as strong as my mind, you'll never be able to contain us here.
How can they shine if there's no light?
There's a little bit of light. What is it? Unbelievable. You know what? You go help her with the shit. And she points over at you, Jack. How dare you talk back to me? I mean, I like it. I like a little bit of spunk, but I cannot tolerate it. You understand. Go clean up shit.
I do, and we're wearing like very similar clothing, so whatever. Wait, am I gonna get an escort too? I don't really know where I am.
Yep. So you get escorted down these stairs. Over here, you see this river. It's flowing this way. This is the shore over here. and you go into here into the Quaggoth den. She looks at you, Calden, and she smiles and says, "Yes, I know how powerful your mind is, Wizard. That's right, I know what you are. Why do you think I've set up these magic wards? You are very troublesome. I would love to see you try to escape. I'm counting on it." And she goes ahead and brings you over to across this bridge that, again, is sort of rickety, and there's just all these layered silver webs underneath it, and she brings you into a guard's room. In this guard tower that's in the middle of a stalactite coming down from the ceiling, you can see that there's just a simple table made of some type of dried large fungus mushroom, and 3 chairs with a small side table. There's some spider silk webbing set with hooks for hanging equipment. And a guard comes in and just plops down a bunch of boots and shields in front of you, and is just waiting for you, like throws you a rag and waiting for you to polish it. And you also see in the room what looks like to be various armoires that are just filled with all sorts of various different armors, shields, crossbows, short swords, rope, hammers, iron spikes, just equipment, to the ceiling.
Okay. So, am I in the room with anybody?
Just the guard, who's just eyeing you. There's actually, let me actually show you. So, there's this one guard here, and another guard stands outside this door over here.
Okay. And so I came in the door that I'm standing by?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Okay. What would you like to do as the guard plops all that stuff down in front of you?
I guess I will comply for now, but I want to take extra notice of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to also pay attention to where the focus of the one guard or one person is resting when he's not looking at me.
Okay. All right. I'll say go ahead and make a perception check. And yeah, make a perception check. Okay. Yep. You're able to, just eye around. It looks like he sort of turns his head. He's sort of over at one of the closets doing something, and you're looking throughout the room. The room is decently bare. There really isn't much to this room. It looks like a storage room, really. Just with that table, those chairs, the armoires. They don't have any kind of locking mechanism on them. They look like they're easy access just to open and grab stuff right away, for the guards. But that's about what you perceive in this room. And I'll let you go ahead and get back to shining. I'm going to go over now to... so Jack, you're helping with the poop. We'll get to you guys in a second. Meowster. She looks at you and let's see. Yeah, she says, Ju, cat person, tabaxi. You will also do the same. Your long limbs, they need muscle. For where we going to Menzoberranzan eventually, if we are going to sell you, I would like you to be a little bit more. So you will also go to the elite quarters and also shine the shields, oil the swords. Any problems with that?
None at the moment.
And she goes ahead and guides you over. Another Drow guard escorts you over. As you're going across these long bridges, you actually go ahead and you pass Calden, and you go out the other door. And as she takes you, you actually come across to another section of the outpost where there's a couple of doors, and interestingly enough, there looks like to be this large wooden elevator over, let me try and show you, over here. It's an elevator that looks, it's like a lift. There's a cord that runs through a series of pulleys from a hand-cranked horizontal spool to a heavy woven basket suspended at the end. And the Quaggoth, there are a couple Quaggoth there that look to have their hands on the wooden spool, turning it and sending some Drow down at the moment. But you actually are put over here into the barracks. And here there's one Drow sort of leaves and sneers at you as he leaves. At the moment, there's only one there. And in the barracks, there's really just a couple of cots, each sort of pallet with a simple, tiny chest for what looks like to be holding personal possessions at the foot of each bed. There's some spider silk rope webbing on the cavern walls that's set with hooks for hanging lanterns. And yeah, that's sort of what's in there. Anything that you're going to do before I switch over?
And I just have one person in there with me?
Mm-hmm.
Doors closed or doors open?
Doors open.
Door is open. Since I have dark vision, can I see anything outside of that to see if there's any guards? How many guards are around me?
Yeah. So outside, there looks like to be 2 guards, one also individual with the half-burnt face. He's there as well. And 2 Quaggoth that are operating the lift. That's outside. Inside is just this one guard.
Can I try to make conversation with this guard as I clean?
Sure. What do you want to say to him?
How long you been here? You come here often?
Do your work, slave.
I would like to charismatically persuade him to talk nicer to me and tell me about himself a little bit more.
Okay, make a persuasion check. All right. What are you saying? How are you convincing him? Go for it.
I say, we're only here for a short period of time, and so it's really good to have that community spirit and that ability to make us feel a little bit more comfortable. It actually brings up morale. And one of the big things I really want to just know just a little bit more about you, I'm trained in some really great things and some mindfulness techniques, and we really hoping that we can, not necessarily be friends, but more along the lines of, just better acquaintances in a sense. So we know who you are and a little bit more about this place. Like, we're just curious.
Well, my name is Balok. And I am of House Mizrim. And I have been here as long as our mistress has been here in charge of Velkenvelv. Perhaps, it's hard to say, 5 years or so. I do not care for mindfulness techniques. I, at times, may meditate. How do you learn to meditate? Where are you from?
I am from the sandy beaches of a long country to the west of here, I assume. I'm a little lost, obviously, on my direction, but I learned to meditate as a way of spiritual enlightenment. in a way to understand a little bit more about who I am and where some of my actions come in and whether they potentially have negative or positive consequences.
The only one who will determine negative or positive consequences for us is Lolth. There is no other.
I wonder how long you might have been underneath this type of rule, where is it still serving your best interests into what you and your people need under this? Because it really, by looking at the guy outside with the half-burnt face, it seems like you guys sometimes are tortured.
That is Jorlun. Jorlun. Yes, he is quite an interesting fellow. He wasn't tortured. He was scarred by an ooze. Burnt his face. He used to be Mistress Ilvara's lover, but once he was deformed, she threw him away. And now, she's with High God Shore.
So it sounds like you guys are not much higher than what we are as slaves in a sense.
Well, Drow society is indeed matriarchal. We are just males.
And while that may be appropriate in some cases, still everyone has a place and doesn't necessarily need to be treated as useless objects. Sometimes even just given play toys as swords and shields to, I'm going to presume, sometimes you guys fight each other for the amusement of her.
No. Sometimes we fight each other to kill each other.
Have you guys ever worked as a team or had anyone in a way to help us or yourselves feel like you're part of something bigger?
We are all part of something bigger. All part of Lolth's plan. She is the one who will lead us to redemption.
I would like to sometimes learn a little bit more about this, and maybe next time, I'm going to get back to my work right now, but maybe next time you would be willing to share a little bit more.
Of course. Of course. All right. We are going to go over to... Who's still in the jail cell? We got... Silnon. You rolled a 5. Okay. All right.
I never like it when the DM smiles that much. That is so scary.
Mizram comes over to you and says, "You're new here. Nice tan."
Thank you. Been working very hard on it.
Yes. And what is your profession?
Well, I'm a jack of many traits. I do the odds and ends as I need to, but before I got this nasty lump on my head for some reason, I was a scholar. I basically toured the countryside. I tried to learn more about lands and try to know more what was going on. So beyond that,
do you sing? I heard you beatboxing.
You have beatboxing down here. That's delightful. Yes, we don't call it beatboxing. We call it meeking. Meeking is typically what we call in our land. That's the use of vocal sounds and performance. Yeah, I'm famous for that.
You play instruments?
I do. I am known for my lyre. I am known to do a little bit of drumming. I can flute, and I can play a pick.
Ah, flute.
Flute.
Yes, I haven't heard a flute in quite some time, since our last bard. It is a shame what happened to him. Come. How about you play some flute for me in my quarters?
Okay. I would be more than happy to do that. While she Now I want to do a perception check to see if that flute performance is going to lead to something else that I'm less comfortable with. So let's do a. Let's see. Let's do that. Let's do. I'm in the wrong thing, and then we'll do perception, and we will do. What do I sense her attention?
Yeah,
Sorry.
she you kind of sense that she has ulterior motives
Okay.
to perhaps see how talented you are.
Okay. So I will go in as I need to. Yeah. I will follow. I assume it's just her and I. Are there any guards around me?
As she takes you, I mean, there are guards sort of all over. So
Right.
Yep, she's gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bring you over there.
Okay.
You sort of go across this long bridge, and you end up going over to her quarters. When you get to her quarters, there's a rope ladder that leads down, and the first thing that you step into is what looks like to be a circular chamber covered by dark silken mats with pale web strand patterns woven through them in a silvery thread.
Okay.
You see what looks like to be, and it startles you at first because it looks real, but a giant 10-foot high sculpted spider at its head. The carving is so lifelike that it just surprises you at first. And you are human, and so it's like hard to tell. Every once in a while, you could almost swear that it moves. There is then some stairs that goes further down into the stalactite, into a bottom chamber where her quarters is. And here, inside, the walls are hung with black mesh resembling a spider's web, extending from a central spot on the ceiling out to the walls, and then draped down like curtains. There's thick woven mats that cover the floor, and a low platform is covered with cushions and pillows to make this broad divan-like bed. One side of the chamber contains a small table and 2 chairs, while the other side holds what looks like to be a very small shrine to some type of black spider idol draped in white silk. There's also a heavy chest of black stained zirkwood mushroom. It's like a maybe about a 3.5 foot just strong chest on the floor at the foot of the bed.
Okay.
She goes ahead and she just lays back on sort of the couch with the pillows, and goes ahead and points over to a table with a elongated flute on it, and just waves her hand to play.
Okay, so I pick it up. I start to warm up to make sure that it actually plays, and I would believe it plays well. And I play her one of the songs of my land. It is what they call a toll song. So it was the songs that were used to pay for tolls and, bribes and things. Mm-hmm. And it would start going. It's kind of slowing it down. And under normal circumstances, it tends to make those that listen to it tired.
Okay. The performance was a 6, and she looks at you and just stares.
Well, all right. So, okay, you don't like that song. Well, there's a couple more that we can try. Maybe you are more of something of an upbeat tempo, so we could do.
Were you trying to put me to sleep?
No. That song, it's a slower song. It's a song that's used to pay for things. Yes. And obviously you don't like the slower song. So what we can do is something a little bit.
You do realize I am an elf immune to charm.
Well, it's not really charming music. I mean, music is a universal language. It's designed to bring us closer together. And every musical taste is different. For example, I mean, there is this performer that came back.
Zip, play more, talk less. like sort of waving her hand.
There we go. That's a little bit better.
All right. Last but not least, we have Patrick. Patrick, what did you roll? You rolled a
6.
6. Okay.
Yeah.
Please tell me he gets to be a cook.
Dude, no joke. That's exactly where he's going.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I have not read this at all. I'm just like, what is the one job that we don't have yet? And it's a cook. And I'm like, please let me do this.
So, anybody else getting Black Widow spider worshipping vibes?
Is that what we're calling this sensation?
Well, there was that whole allusion to a new mate and, spiders.
So you are brought into.
I don't think we can hear each other through our thoughts right now, but I think
No.
we will get a chance to do that once we're put back in our cells.
Mm-hmm.
Now, was that music close enough to where I am that me and my guard can hear it?
Yeah. Yeah. The
Can
guard
any-
is just like smiling with a big grin and is like, "Oh, this is going to be good. If he fails, oh, he's going over the waterfall."
I was just wondering if I could build some warmth and talk about the history of that song and what my new useless group of friends that I've developed might be trying to do in the other rooms of this prison.
Sure. Yeah. You, first of all, make a history check to see if you know the history of that new song that someone is playing.
Okay.
But in the meantime, also, Adam, you are. Let me just see. Where is this? Okay. So you see this cave. It serves as this gathering and eating place. There are some long 4 circular tables carved from Zirkwood mushroom. Each has about 5 chairs or so. There's a heavy iron brazier that provides heat for cooking along with dim light. You see some drow finishing up a card game. And you sort of look and go in, and part of it, there is this storage area, and he says, "All right, you are cooking the dinner for this evening." And you sort of open up this stone compartment, and you can see, interesting enough, there is this mold on the top of this sealed compartment, and it's freezing in there. It is beyond freezing. And you can see various stalks of dried and fresh fungi, dried fruits, cheeses, preserved meats. There's a few clay jars of spices. And he says, "You will make the dinner for the barracks and for the elite, including Mistress Ilvara, and then you shall take the remains of the fungus, mush it together, and bring it back to the cell for your dinner."
That sounds more than generous. Alrighty then. Not a cook, but let's see what we can do.
All right, here we go. So we're gonna make 3 checks for you, right? 1 check for the regular soldiers, cooking a regular soldier's meal. 1 check for cooking the meal for the elites, like Mistress Ilvara, and then 1 check for cooking the food and bringing back the food that you're going to take back to the cell. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So go ahead and roll first. What do you want to roll first for? I'll let you choose.
Alrighty. You know what? Let's see if I can use a little bit to my advantage. So I'm gonna try to, these are the soldiers. They don't need the schnazziest things. So I'm just gonna try to, guess what would make a good soup for him, and try to make. Let's see.
This is for the
so-
guard. This is for the
yeah,
guards. Okay.
The guards, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make a performance check.
Okay. Alrighty. My performance, not my strong suit, but we'll do it. Alrighty.
Okay.
Oof.
Definitely not your strong
Yeah.
suit.
You're taking ingredients. You have no idea what this stuff is. Like there are some like weird tentacles, and you're just like throwing them into the pot. There's some like there looks like to be like these dead large beetle-like bugs, and you're just like plop, put that in there. It's really like toil, bubble and trouble, and just like it smells good.
All right. There's some spices in there. We got ourselves a dish. Spices
right.
make the dish. That's
Who
what
you-
the master always said.
What are you making next?
All right. So the elites are next. I'm gonna try to perceive what the best ingredients are. Like,
Okay.
that looks fresh. That doesn't smell awful. That right there. That looks like a kind of meat. That looks like something
Yeah.
we could impress somebody with.
In the back of the freezer, there looks like to be these fish that are hanging down, and you recognize them as quipper. They're both actually on the surface world, but they tend to be also in the Underdark as well. And you're thinking like, oh, I could make some kind of like seafood, casserole or something. You're thinking real fancy now.
Yeah. All right.
There also looks like to be these giant lobster tails. Make a nature check.
Alrighty, nature, not my strong suit, but let's see what we got. Oop, what did I do? Oh, nice. I maximized it. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see. Can I use my lucky?
Sure.
Oh, that's an attack. It's only for attacks.
Okay,
Oh, no, it's
gotcha.
an ability check. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
All right. A little bit better.
it's better.
Okay, let me see what you got here. Yeah.
Oh.
You recognize this as the tail of a chul, which is a giant sort of lobster-like monstrosity that's in the Underdark. Yeah, I mean, their meat is succulent.
All right, let's cook it up.
All right.
Cook it up for the fancy folks.
All right. So yeah,
All right,
you make
so
some. Yep.
This whole time, can I sleight of hand some stuff? I know they let me. They're like, let me put stuff into a soup pot for them, and I'm making food for the elites. Is there any chance that I can, pocket a cooking knife or, some spices that are like really hot, or maybe like a fork tine or something, something I could use.
Go for it. Make a sleight of hand check. You're going to be going against this Drow's perception check.
So net 20 plus my 5.
Plus
Right.
your 5. Wow.
All right. Let me describe sort of what happens. This Drow does not let his eyes off of you. He rolled a 21. He is watching your every move. I mean, you've got the most dangerous job that they'll let any sort of prisoner have. You're around cooking ware, you're around supplies, you're around rations, which to some degree, if you take rations and start feeding, the weak, who knows what that can lead to. So this Drow does not keep his eyes off of you, but you are just too good. Just too good. You do that magic thing.
Reason.
Yeah, you just like wave your hand over some spices, and while he's looking at your hand over here, you're taking with this hand, and you're just like grabbing a whole bunch.
The French
So
drop.
with a 25, this is what I'll let you get. Go ahead and get a knife, a kitchen knife. So you
Okay.
can add a dagger
Okay.
to your character. You can get a sack of hot spices. And you can also get, I would say, some dried fish flakes that are about 10 days worth of rations.
Okay.
Anything particularly else with a 25? Anything else that you're looking for? Is that good?
I'm looking for something I can use as a lockpick.
Oh, easy enough. Lock-picking tools. I'll say that you get, whatever, some wire from the storage area. Maybe just get some wire from a strainer and you just pull it apart. So you got some wire, some lock-picking tools.
Probably would be like a chopstick or something like a skewer that you would grab there as well.
Sure.
Yeah. I was thinking something thin and small. I'm grabbing stuff.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right. We are going back over to Poop Fest. So Jack and Tamsin, you are there, and there's just a huge pile. And this drow comes over to you, and to each of you, he throws you a shovel. That's about 4 inches.
Can I persuade him to do it for me?
Drow?
Or help, yes.
Yeah, I would love help. Personally. Can we hear each other's thoughts because we're next to each other? Or is it only when we're near the mushroom?
Only near the mushroom. You cannot hear each other's thoughts right now.
I'm going to make some really direct eye contact with Jack. I'm going to look at him, and then I'm going to look at my little shovel, and then I'm going to look at the drow, and hopefully...
And Jack is going to be like, hi, so I have a couple questions. One, what's with the giant waterfall behind you?
That is the waterfall. What do you want to know?
Does it connect to the big water sources? Because if so, on the way out, I have to sing to it. It's a thing.
Indeed, it does connect to the Dark Lake. Probably.
Good enough for me. Probably whatever. I'm here for it. So we're going to hear and we're going to shovel the poop.
Yes, you take the shovels, you scoop the poop, and then you throw it into the river.
That's so disrespectful.
Disrespectful of what?
Wait. I can use this to send the messages I need to send. I'm going to send it through the shit. Can you pray tell help, guide or something? Because this is all so new to me. And it's a very stinky
message.
I'm not on good terms with these people. Allegedly.
What are you waiting for? What I don't understand what the problem is. You just, it's very simple. This is the most simplest task out of all the tasks that you have been given. If you cannot do this task right, then there will be worse things for you to face in the morning.
Okay, but I'm from the underwater, and we kind of just let the pee go, and it just kind of mixes with life, and we just accept it. And the poop, we kind of just bury it. So are we supposed to bury it, or but you said to the river? Do we dig a hole to the river and push it through the hole?
You just fling it in. The ooze will take care of the shit.
Okay, so could you demonstrate once? Because like I said, I'm not from here. I'm not from this realm. Pray tell.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Can I
go
answer
ahead.
that?
Yeah, go for it.
That?
Yep.
He said, what was the last thing he said? Oh, he doesn't understand. There's going to be some type of issue if it doesn't happen. I'm going to I want to persuade him as well. I would like to say, this is actually probably the worst place to be, and you don't want to be here either. So you should just do it for me because I'm not doing it.
You are not doing it. Okay, go ahead. Both of you make a persuasion check. Just straight roll, since you're helping each other out.
I'm too cute to do this. You heard the lady.
All right, he says, I will show you how it's done. It's done like this. And he goes ahead and takes both shovels and shovels it, and then walks out and dumps it in the river, and then goes back.
Can we push him into the river?
Oh, can we?
Yeah, if you want.
Yes. What do we roll for this?
So both of you go ahead and make a strength or athletics check. Both of you make an athletics check.
I think that's the same thing for me.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh, please tell me they get to use their bonus, their advantage on that one.
Or not. If I fall in the river, whatever.
Wow. Well, no, they don't, but he still fails with an 8 against the 11.
I helped.
Wow.
He gets pushed in, and as you push him in, there's a splash, and he's like coughing, and all of a sudden he starts to scream. Ah! Ah! And you see this mass, this blob of gray ichor sort of form out of the water and engulf him as his flesh begins to sizzle and it takes him down underwater.
Oh.
Is that what poop does up here?
Accidentally, the whole man.
Great.
From Earth we came to Earth we go.
And then I turn to my partner person and I'm like, great job.
Yeah,
But
well,
for-
I feel like we totally got that done.
Yeah, I think we're done. And then he just up and like killed himself. Or tripped in.
We did it. We did it. We're the best.
There is a door that opens up over here, and another drow comes out. And he looks over at you, and he says, "Where is Gurdar?"
I'm gonna lie to him.
I am gonna be right there with you, but I led last time, so you go.
Okay, I'm gonna say, we're not from here. This is super foreign to us. He was trying to show us how to do it, and then he said, I'm done, and then he jumped.
We tried to stop him. I start crying. And we didn't know what was happening. I still don't know what's happening. And then there was like a gray thing in there, and I'm like, is that what poop does? No one's answered that.
That is the ooze.
Well, he said the smell was driving him crazy. I don't know.
All right, make a deception check with
So
advantage
tragic.
since you're helping him. With your help.
Hey.
Gosh, one of you always does good. Holy cow.
Well,
But the other one does not.
Jesus Christ, he failed with a 2, so.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like, yes, Guldor. He was having some troubles at home.
Oh well.
He's weak. All right. Are you done with your chores? Get
Yeah.
back into your cell.
Can you show us the way? I don't know where we came from. I'm
Yes,
new.
this way. And he sort of points you guys to sort of come out first as he stands behind you. You guys go out.
Oh wait, are we still in?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
okay.
You guys start walking up the stairs.
Sure. I thought we
Okay.
were down. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay. All right. So he, you guys get led up the stairs, and he leads you back into your cell, and yeah, he sort of shuts the door.
We killed a
All
man
right.
for no reason.
We gained knowledge of the world. Thank you.
That's true. That's true. We did see that we could not have jumped to escape.
The
And more
fragility.
importantly,
of-
you knocked your guard off, so there's one less guard we have to worry about.
That's true as well. You're right. I have no conscience. This is fine.
And also, we're just learning about the culture down here.
The drow goes ahead to you, called in, and he says to you, "All right, it's time to get back in your cell. Good job."
Wait, was I doing my job this whole time?
Yeah. You were shining stuff. You can do something else though in between if you wanted to. You can retcon and tell me a little bit of what you wanted to do.
Well, at first I was gonna talk about the history of the song we heard.
Oh yes,
echoing.
that's right. Okay, what did you roll on that history? Let me look up.
Find it.
Got a 14. Okay, yeah. So you can talk to him about the history of this song. He says, "I have never been to the top side.
Shane, what was that song about again? Because
Oh,
I'm
okay.
supposed
But
to
the
be
first one is
smart.
the one that actually the slow one or the faster one.
Whichever one would generate the best conversation in my current predicament.
Oh, that's easy. So you know that the first song I play is one that it has legacy. There's this thing called a toll song. So basically, it's used to pay tolls and pay bribes, and basically it does things that allow or people use it to pay debts. Is how it's used.
Okay, so I would probably want to talk with the one guard that's in the room with me and ask him how long he's been down here, and note that that song could be valuable to someone who's been stuck in a place they do not want to be.
Yep, that is correct.
I've been down here for quite some time. My name is Nadal, and I've been down here for maybe 2 years. But why would I not want to be here? This is in honor of Loth. I could very much work my way up the ranks, perhaps to elite guard, if I do things correctly.
Okay, so I would probably want to just be empathetic with him at that point and say, it looks like you have risen to quite a place, being in a broom closet filled with swords with a starving prisoner.
Indeed, I have again climbed up the ranks to be able to serve under Ilvara Mizrim. She is quite powerful. One day she plans to become a high priestess of Menzoberranzan. And I must admit, I do have plans to be her right-hand lead guard.
Okay, so I would probably want to congratulate him on his hope for the successes of others and ask him what the current situation is in relation to that hope for his future aspirations of caring.
I believe that her current guard, Shua, is nothing but a bumbling fool. Nothing like Jorlin before he got his face burned by the ooze. I have had thoughts of how to get rid of Shaw, and I believe I've come up with some very well-timed plans.
Okay, so I would probably just say it's always good to have a plan, and there's quite a mix of people down here these days. And it was nice talking with you.
It was nice talking to you. Who knows, this may be the last time. Although the caravan from Menzoberranzan has been late. They should have been here 2 days ago to buy you off of us.
Well, then hopefully if we do cross paths, it will be under better circumstances for us all.
He just snickers. And he goes ahead and escorts you back to the prison cell. Silnan, Ilvara is there, and she's enjoying herself, and then says, you do play very well, I must admit. What is your name again?
Silnan of the family Toll.
And all of a sudden, someone else comes down the stairs. What looks like to be another female drow, also in long black robes. And Ilvara sort of stands up and says, Asha, why do you interrupt me? And Asha sort of like bows to Ilvara and says, I am sorry, mistress. There is just some matters that require you. The caravan has not come today, once again. And she sort of sucks her teeth and says, fine, go find me Shaw and Julin. Perhaps we will send out a party to look for them. And she nods at you, Silnan, and says, you're done here. Nice work today.
Thank you, my mistress. And then I apparently will start walking my way back to the cell. Looking around to see if I see any places to escape or any lights that I would see that would help me possibly get out of here.
Make a perception check.
Okay. The answer is, let's go back there, and character sheet, perception.
14.
14.
Okay. Looking over, you do notice, again, there's the water below you that perhaps you could jump into, but before getting to the water, there are these webs that might break your fall, perhaps. Okay. There's also the shore on the other side of this river, and there seems to be like at least 3 different passageways in the cavern below that go off into these random dark tunnels that might lead to who knows where. But that
they all
might
look
be
they look solid all the way. Okay.
Yes, all solid. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So back to my cell.
All right. Meowster.
I'm still here.
Yep, you're still there. And he says, okay, it's time to go. I appreciate the chit-chat.
I hope we meet again. Practice your insight and mindfulness while I'm gone.
Mm-hmm. They lead you back to the prison cell. And that leaves Patrick. Did you cook for you guys?
They said I could grab like anything, right? Like
grab
they said
fungus.
Grab some fungus, yeah.
Yep.
So
go ahead. Are you gonna try to prepare it or just like bring a bunch of like fresh raw fungus?
So I stole some rations for us, but yeah, let's try to. I guess I'll do my best to prepare what looks to be some fungus underneath with this guy, I guess, watching me still.
All right, make a perception.
Cooking a slurry for the prisoners, boss.
Make a performance is what I mean.
Performance, okay. Oof.
All right, it's fungus. You do the best you can with it. What do you want to do?
I was gonna try to luck one more time for us.
Go for it. Yeah.
Alrighty. See what we can do. Hey, not bad.
Okay, so you take some fungus and it smells awful and you know it's gone bad and you sort of reach to the back of the freezer and you get something and you have this idea of there are these sort of blue capped mushrooms and they're really hard. And you have the idea to boil them. And after boiling them, you mash them. And then you quickly heat them over on a flat pan. And they sort of cook into sort of this blue bread-like substance. And it's actually quite tasty.
Oh. All right. Sucks for everybody else, but we got some blue bread, guys.
All right. So you guys enter into your cells for the night, and the door is shut on all of you. And this is where I would like to take a 10-minute break. And also, Tony, are we going to be ending at 11:30? What are we ending at?
What do you guys want to do? Since we did our first day, can you guys go? You guys are all super pretty. Do we want to go a little bit longer, or? I'm game for this because this is like I feel like we have so much information we need to go through.
We could, yeah, it's up to you guys all. We could go until like 11:30, and that might get us somewhere. That's sort of my cap time, 11:30. Or if you'd like to end it sooner, by 11, then we'll just take the next 10 minutes. And I'd like to sort of you can talk to some of the other prisoners, and also I'll sort of wrap it up with a quick narrative.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be midnight our time when that happens. So probably
he's talking 11 o'clock your time.
Well, it's right now. That's 10 minutes from now.
Yeah.
So I mean,
we can end in 10 minutes, or we can end in
let's
40
end
minutes.
10. Let's do 10 minutes. Let's just.
I'm good to go, but hey.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
I was good to go. I thought we were going till midnight, so.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately, I'm to that point where I'm Yeah, I think I could do, if we give me like a 5-minute break, I could probably do another, go to about 11:30. So
Okay. All right, we're not going to go past 11:30.
okay,
We'll
yeah,
see. We'll see. I have an idea of where to end this. We're
Okay.
gonna see where it comes. Maybe it'll go a little bit past 11:15ish.
That's fine.
So let's take a 5-minute break.
Take
Come
5
back in
minutes,
5.
Okay, sounds good.
Is the internet still watching us?
Yeah.
Hi, interwebs.
Watching the whole time.
Oh.
I think we're all very cute.
Go right ahead. I've re-put it back up. So if you
All
wish
right.
Hi, world.
convey with the audience, you
I-
may.
I think that when we take 5-minute breaks, we could get like poll the audience. What's something we missed? Who do we need to kick in the nuts next?
Who's favorite of the week?
I would say that we have the active one is Erasmus and Josh Bogart are the big ones. So I would say, what do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see us try to break out? You guys want to see us try to just get more information?
I feel like I let something go,
Oh.
not trying to put a sword in my robe or something. You know, just choosing to demonstrate empathy. But maybe he'll give us all swords in about 30 minutes.
I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna get more wet work if you catch my drift. It comes from the one who's in a town over in Norway that you know if something happens that way, then so people are gonna know.
I have an important question. How do I get my proficiencies back?
That's
Oh,
okay. They should be
so-
on your thing. On your chart.
that
I deleted them because they were names of weapons, and I was told I have no weapons. But so now it seems like I have no competence with any weapons.
let's fix that. I can definitely do that. What race were you?
Human.
Okay, so super easy. There's the eye icon
Icon.
right next to the newspaper looking icon, your journal. And this is basically your search bar for all of D&D. So if you want to just go ahead and pull up your character sheet real quick on the same Roll D20 page.
I have the character sheet in a pop-out window.
Okay, just try to open it in the same window, because
Okay.
I think that's the only really way it works while it's in app. Alrighty, now I'm gonna look up the wizard proficiencies, and you were just a human, so you got an additional language, but I believe you chose Abyssal when we were rolling characters.
I have Abyssal, Celestial, Common, and Primordial. I didn't delete languages. I only deleted weapons.
Okay. Let me see. I will Google those real quick. Okay, so you don't get any armor proficiencies. Now, what you can do is when you're in the eye and you're just searching for stuff, search daggers. And the first thing that should come up, actually just search dagger, sorry. It says proficiencies and then underneath it says dagger.
Yeah.
And you can literally click and drag that into your character sheet.
Okay.
And then it should pop up.
It's there.
And you can do that for items when you get them, which is super duper handy in case you want to make rolls in the future. And you can do it for armor, basically anything, even spells, because I know you're going to be running into a lot of spells as a wizard.
Okay, so what weapons? I remember dagger was there. I remember quarterstaff was there, but there were
Quarterstaff.
about 5 or 6 things
Yep.
I think I deleted.
I got them for you. Darts.
Darts.
And hopefully that shows up under proficiencies as well.
I'll do singular.
Yeah.
Darts. There we go.
Yep, there you go. And just drag it over.
Yep.
And rinse repeat, really. And let's see, slings. Or sling, I guess it would be sling,
Got it.
right?
Yep.
Quarterstaff, as you said.
Okay.
and light crossbow.
That's the one I couldn't remember.
And there you go. I think that should be it because wizards don't really get armor proficiencies. And it basically in the center there, underneath what looks like the symbols for copper, silver, platinum, gold, etc. That's your equipment in the center there. And locking and unlocking those will allow you to delete and change them as you need. And it does show your total equip burden. A lot of games hand wave weight. I don't know if Joe will. That's something we can definitely talk about later on. It usually only comes up when it's relevant, But so you. I don't think you snagged anything. Me being a thief, I get that I steal things often. Hopefully, I can try to help us out, and you're smart. We can work together. We're forming this ragtag bunch of party members. With our own ability.
Like I said, I took notice that we have an interesting group of people, and my learned helplessness is done, and I believe that we can get out of here because our guards are idiots.
Well, I mean, they've already killed one.
He was depressed.
Very depressed. That was a sad.
Oh, I
sad
heard the
thing.
best.
I didn't kill
He
anyone.
was the best.
I killed nobody. Jack was there the whole time. He jumped of his own accord. It was the smell.
Yeah, it was the ooze that killed him, not us.
Yeah, it was the smell. I'm not
He
here for
safely
that.
landed in a nice spot because he was helping us out of the goodness of his heart.
Did
think
the
of
death
Star Trek?
echo through everywhere? Did we hear him die?
There are
You did
prisoners.
not. You did
You
not.
heard
I
nothing.
feel like the poop was a good insulator for that sound.
Splorch. Love some good poetic sounds, and splorch is a good one.
No, it's not.
Right.
No,
Are we
it's
all
badass.
back?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
double-
I'm
Joe,
ready.
I did want to ask if I could hear Shane's music when he was playing. I might have been too deep in the scullery, but
Could you hear Shane's music?
yes.
Oh.
Yeah. When I was playing. Yeah.
I was
The
like, what
Dustin
music?
song.
Oh yeah. Let's see. From where you were? No, not from where you were. The only one that might have been able to hear it would be
Daniel
would have
was the
been
only one.
Daniel's character.
Yeah.
because he's right. He's close to it. Yep.
Right.
And we talked about it.
Yep.
I got some info. Next, I
Alright.
need to go down the religion conversation tree because I would be talented at that too, it appears.
So you guys come in for the evening, and Patrick comes in with a huge sort of pan of blue bread, and the door's closed, and Stool poofs his spores out and says, "Welcome back, everyone. How was your days full of chores today?"
I hope you all didn't work too hard.
I watched someone die, and I start crying, fake crying.
Oh, that sounds
You get used to it.
awful. Yeah,
I'm too pretty for this.
you are too pretty for this. Oh, you'd be perfect in Neverlight Grove. It's just a beautiful place.
And for the first time, the Drow actually stands up and says, "Yes, I've heard it is quite the place. It is definitely something I wish to visit before I pass from this world." And he sort of nods at all of you.
I move over to the Drow and ask, "How long have you been here?"
I have lost count. Maybe 5, 10 days. 6, 10.
What brought you here? Why are you here? You're part of the Drow society.
What'd you do?
They claimed
Don't
I
s-
killed someone from my house in Menzo Baranzan, and they brought me here for punishment. But they are lying. I did not kill anyone. Although now perhaps I intend to. I wish to get back to Menzoparanzan and slaughter those that are responsible for my injustice. But Neverlight Grove? Maybe I will retire there instead.
Well, one sounds easier. Retirement or revenge.
You're
But
right.
you-
Revenge is easier.
Retirement is better for your skin.
I mean, you already know what jail's like, so if you actually did kill someone, like, you know what's gonna happen.
Do you know of any way that we can potentially overthrow our capturers and get out of here?
You are a fool if you think you can outrun Mistress Ilvara Mizrim. She will never let anyone go under her boot. She has high desires to be a high priestess of love. You do not mess with a Drow woman's goals.
Are you scared of her because of the tentacles?
You would be wise to be scared of her. At this point, the last guy who hasn't sort of spoken up, sort of the guy with the long curling mustache, is twirling it in his fingers and sort of laughs and says, yes, I would be scared of her too if I had such power, which I might.
What type of power do you have?
That is a good question.
I've been known to ask you questions.
I have all sorts of power. All sorts of mysterious power. And in the right appropriate time, you shall all see it. But until then, this is just a mere setback.
Well, you've been sitting there like a stalagmite this whole time. What's your name?
The name is Bupido.
How do you spell that?
It's spelling's not my thing.
That's the deep gnome looking guy.
Yes.
Okay, so he can see in the dark. That's good. Maybe looking guy. Looking person.
Who made this blue cap bread? It's quite good.
You're welcome. I have no idea, but it tastes hearty.
Perhaps you'd want to be my personal chef.
Well, let's say we both get out of here, and I'll cook you all the bread you like.
That's quite a deal.
So you admit you want to get out of here.
I do. And Shushar speaks up and says, if you try to leave, you will get nowhere. But if you do not move, you will go many places.
Yes, but are any of those places out of this prison?
No.
There we go.
At this
That's
moment,
not the most compelling philosophy class I've ever sat.
Pop quiz hotshot. Did he succeed?
No.
the door sort of slides open, and a Drow warrior, the one with the burnt half face, comes in, and he looks at you, Tamsin, and he goes ahead and offers what looks like to be some type of jerky.
You're on mute.
Maria, you're muted.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna ask him what it is. What is it?
It is food. Food that is probably better tasting than fungus. It's meat.
Why are you sharing this with me?
And he sort of steps in closer. Because I saw what you did.
Can we all hear this? Because we could all hear our thoughts.
Spores.
Yes.
Yeah, is
Yes,
that
you
a
can.
thing?
Yeah.
I
you
know
can.
what you did last night.
And Cathair in his head.
It's
But
the-
he
it's
is
the-
speaking
yeah.
sort of softly, specifically to you, Tamsin, and says, "My name is Jordan, and I was wondering if you had the chance to leave here, would you take it?"
By myself or with this new group I've found? Because I have a new best friend as well.
That is up to you. I am more interested, though, in the one that has initiative, because that is very important down here.
Joe, so since we all hear each other's thoughts, can I perceive who perked up when he said "get out of here"? Like who's
Who
in
in
this
the-
with us?
Yeah, like who in the other prisoners?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Make a perception check.
okay.
Can we help him?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
why not?
everyone
Yeah.
can make a perception.
Okay.
Yep.
Hang on, okay, hang on.
Like I'm not gonna start a
Ooh.
riot on
Nat
this guy.
20. Nat 20
I
over here.
don't know.
Oh.
Oh, we definitely perceived this one.
I feel the riot coming.
Not Tamsin.
I feel a riot
Oh,
coming.
jeez.
You may have called that one there.
Oh man, that's so fun.
All right.
Let's not kill this person. But Drow, Jerloon.
All right.
But
Yeah, as you sort of take a quick look around, a lot of you see everyone turns their attention, except for Shushar, who's meditating and just opens one eye.
I'm gonna ask this guy, like, how can you get us out of here? I'm sure you have hot tips.
I do. I will leave the gate to the slave pen tomorrow morning unlocked and create a distraction during the changing of the guards on duty.
And what do you want in return?
What does he get out of this?
What's the quid pro quo?
There's something I get out of return. Indeed, you are correct in that. I get the humiliation of Irvara and House Mizrim. She threw me away like garbage for Shur, who is nothing but a whelp. He doesn't even know how to use a pike.
What a scrub.
Biggest scrub known to man.
Damn shame.
All right, well, I'm obviously here for it. The people standing with me are here for it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, man.
Okay.
Hop up, hop
Roll.
up, hop up,
I
hop up.
pipe in and say, can we have our weapons and everything back?
Oh yeah, give us the merch.
I am not going to be able to get you all weapons. However, I will tell you that the armory is open and it's just across the way. This one over here should be able to show you. And he points over
To Meowstar.
at you, Calden. And Meowster, yeah.
Meowstar, yeah.
Yeah,
We were both there.
yep. Calden, you very much saw like that open armoire of stuff. And he says, there's enough there if you can get there. But I would advise the quickest way to leave would be to jump over the edges into the webs.
Wouldn't we
Once-
stick? Oh, go on.
For real?
Well,
That
once-
was real advice?
Once Ilvara is humiliated, I will be in Lolth's favor under her eyes. And House Mizram will crumble.
Can I check if he's being honest about that webs
Mhm.
business? Because that was no. What am
Yeah,
I?
because like
Make it-
wouldn't-
Make an insight check.
Oh, it's like
Can we all do that?
Sure. Yep, you're all listening in. Yep.
can I just ask him? Wouldn't we stick to it?
Yeah, he says, of course, they're webs. That is up to you to get through them. You can cut them, you can burn them, you can... If any of you are magic users, once you leave the pen, you will be able to use your magic.
Well, that's fun.
You got a nat 20.
I did.
So with that insight, there is something he's not telling you.
What are you
definitely,
not telling us?
yeah, you definitely get the sense, that to some degree, he doesn't give a shit about your lives. He doesn't give a shit if you're caught, if you're not caught, if you live, if you die, if you escape, if you don't. All he knows is
we're gutsy.
if prisoners leave on her watch, that's on her.
And plus, if I'm not mistaken, the webs were used to make the cartons and stuff in the base where I was, so it's possible it could support it.
But I also think that in there I saw an elevator going down on my way to there, and I kind of let the rest of the group know that.
Okay.
But we saw stairs up.
Yeah, we probably can't go that way.
No, the stairs actually went down. So the
We
stairs
saw stairs down.
down. Yeah.
Ooh.
So from where your pen is, they go down to the river.
Which you don't want to step in the river.
But the river has the big nasty thing that we don't want to touch.
But yeah, we know the river's kind of out.
Yeah. I mean, I might live, but like,
I don't think you're gonna live through what I think's in that river.
I have a swim speed. I might be able to with luck. Who knows?
I don't think you're going.
I think we rule out the river.
We have the elevator, but we're gonna need a momentum in order to like get the beasts to let us go down.
Is this an agreement? I leave the gate unlocked tomorrow morning during the guard change.
I ask the fellow people, are we? But like the people that are not us.
Mhm.
Do I roll
Yeah,
something?
Eldith comes up to you and says, I think we should take this for sure. I have to get back home to my king. If I get back to my father, the king of Gontulgrim, he will handsomely reward all of you. We can do this if we stick together.
I don't really see a better option, and we were looking at possibly doing a riot anyway, so this actually is the easier solution.
The fire
Question.
riot.
Question I have, and this is probably going to be for the next one, is how much can I carry on me personally? As much as I want, because
No, not as much as you want. You have a weight limit based on your strength. When you go over the amount you can carry, it'll show up as overweight on your sheet.
I'm gonna-
limit, I don't see it, but you can tell me that. The reason I'm saying, because I let the other party members know through the thought speak that we have right now, is that I have the ability of agility I can move with a burst of speed, and there's the potential, since it's on the way, for me to be able to grab the swords and stuff and come back to the same place in that time frame with my agility sprints.
Can you do that in this space though?
There's nothing against it or anything like that. It says that when I move on my turn in combat, I can double my speed until the end of the turn.
Okay.
So
And
Orlin looks at you all and says, I must go. I will leave it open. If you do not take this chance, I do not know if we will get another. And he leaves and then closes the door.
That was oddly generous.
I'm like, so if he leaves it unlocked in the morning, aren't we like out of here in the mornings? Like, I don't understand that part.
We can pay
Sa-
attention for a guard rotation outside our door.
Sereth speaks up and says, the guards, they change right before they wake us up in the morning to do our duties. If he is true to his word and he is an elite guard, I do not suspect he would go back on it. Then we have this one opportunity to leave. And Jim Jar says, all right, let's take bets. 1 platinum betting that this is a ruse. This is a setup. We're screwed. This is just a game. It's one of her mind games. She's just like, oh yeah, let him escape. And then she's just gonna get us back in here and punish everyone who was a part of the escape party.
Okay, so you're not coming with us?
Who has been in
I
the cell the
am.
longest? Do we know that?
Yeah,
Who's been
Sereth. Nope, Sereth has been the Drow.
Have there been any other such mind trick, mind trap kind of?
No. Indeed, Jolun has only recently been replaced by Shore because of his scars.
Well, this one over here strikes me as a crazy gambler. We would be wise to take our opportunities and make the most of them.
I'm in. I've got the speed. I can do this.
I'm down. Like I said, basically, it was either do this or do the riot. This seems like a lot easier with less chance of death. And I'm a big fan of.
We could do both.
This
We could.
seems like a riot.
I feel like if we do a riot, though,
It's
that
a
we're going to lose
riot.
half of these people, because I don't think he's left the door unlocked yet.
Wait, Maria, what was that?
It's a quiet riot.
We can bring the noise, Come on, all the good girls and boys. Yeah.
All that matters is that the 6 of us benefit from the riot. The rest of them are expendable.
But Stool.
But we might
Okay,
be able to utilize
keep
them
the
later
tool.
on. You have no clue what else we're going to do, and I feel like Patrick has given us an idea of what we're going to be fighting in some other areas of this infestated area of prison. So I think my question I put to the group through our mind thought is, I saw an elevator, we're definitely not going to forget Stool. Don't you worry, Stool's coming with us. He's
Yeah.
our
I'll carry
prez.
them.
To Neverlight Grove. Here we go, guys.
With that is, do we take the elevator down? And if so, we have to kind of bribe the beasts that are pushing it down. Do we feel like that's our best solution?
Wait,
To go down.
do any of us have a good ability to communicate with them and get them to...
Yes, as a matter of fact. Well, I've got comprehend. Force. Yeah, if we get stools.
Then I
It's Stools.
I think
Comprehend
that's-
languages is good.
Okay.
It's your TARDIS ability.
Oh, I have that, don't I? I don't even know what I'm capable of, so help me be successful.
Yeah, you can look at spells. If you have spells, you can look at your spells. Once you, as Jorlin said, once you leave the pen, because there are wards around the prison pen, your spells could work.
Oh, so I can use magic without having a quarterstaff?
Well, but there's the soot and salt that you typically would need. So
Yes,
I don't know.
so you need a focus. So magic casters need a focus. So you need to find a focus to cast spells besides your cantrips. Cantrips, the spells you can cast infinitely, don't need a focus. Everything else needs a focus. Anything can be a focus, but you have to spend time creating it or meditating on it to create the focus.
How long would it
Okay.
take him?
An hour. So
Oh,
you could
so
do
I'm-
it, you could do it tonight.
I'm gonna
Pick a
find a
spider.
stone. Oh my gosh!
gem.
No, you gotta let me do this, okay? I have my spider that I denied having, and I wanted to see if I took care of it with my animal handling.
Okay.
And if he lived through this whole thing and he was in my pocket, I want to name him Bradley.
And he can be your okay. You're going to use a
And-
spider as your focus?
Sure, can I do that?
Sure, why not?
Spider focus.
Spider focus,
roll?
little pet spider focus.
senses.
Go for it.
Spider-Man here.
Go make an animal handling check.
Animal handling check. 7.
And while he does that,
Oh.
since I've got my spider too, George, I guess I'll turn him into let me use him as a focus too. So hang on. Let's go there.
Joe, with that, do you mind if I try to persuade the rabble? Like, we've got some folks here. We've got Topsy Turvy. We've got Shishkar. We've got Sereth. We've got Grant, Eldeth, Bipido, Jimjar, and Stool. I'm gonna try to persuade, hey, Grant, I know where they keep the tasty bread. Let's go get some for ourselves. You know, Topsy and Turvy, you tired of eating spiders? Let's go with Grant. And sow a little chaos. I know we want a unified front, but guards are going to be coming at us from everywhere.
You're telling them to go off to the kitchen.
Well, so I know where stuff is, right? I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
them to be on our side. I want them to be with us.
Oh,
I don't
they'll
want,
split up and get different things.
you know, and this way we aren't being flanked where there's enough.
Make a persuasion check.
I would
Go
like
for
to
it.
help him in that persuasion check as well because
Sure.
of my cool demeanor.
Does
Well,
he need
I
it?
also
Oh no, he does
help.
not.
We even though we don't need it at all.
Yeah, Grunt beats his chest. Yes, Grunt get bread. Grunt get food and meat. They keep the meat from Grunt. They lick their fingers with the juices. Grunt's gonna get it. And
So-
as for the animal handling focus, yes. However, Calden, you look at your spider. He can be your focus, but you look at your spider, and it is a male spider, and it is not going to live very long. It is probably going to die within the week. But for now, it's okay.
All right. I will find a better focus someday.
I mentioned to Dr. Gameology over here, what about that gem that we had? One of you two can utilize that for a focus that we had at the beginning.
Well, that's Jack's. Jack's got the gem. And Jack, as far as I know, also, Jack, you are a warlock.
Oh,
You need a focus as well, so you could make the gem your focus if you wanted.
Someone can make it a focus.
I thought I just catch Eldritch Blast the whole time and called it a day.
Oh, that's fine. You could do that too. Eldritch Blast.
Oh, that's cute.
I
We're
mean,
both
then
co-op.
you eventually get the feat of sniper, and then you just snipe everyone from as far as you possibly can.
All right. So you
What kind of
guys
gem do I
are
have?
you guys sort of wind down. Everyone sort of starts to go to sleep. Wait for the morning. Does that sound good? Anyone want to
Amazing.
do anything in particular else before you fall asleep?
Yeah, actually, you know what? Since I know spiders will only last about a week, I'm still going to train my spider I'm going to feed him a couple of the balls of food that I have to basically fetch to
Mhm.
try to train him to do something, at least a very basic command.
Make an animal handling.
Animal handling? Okay.
Yep.
Not so much, no.
The spider starts to wander off away from you.
No, George, come back! I thought we had something. Oh,
I
Wait.
love you, George.
And
You just you barely scoop him up before he enters into a crack.
I do the exact same thing and shame you.
With the 22.
Yeah, dude,
you
this
do.
spider is like doing backflips.
Because he's becoming a focus and he's otherworldly.
Yeah.
man, this game sucks.
I would like to turn to Tamsin and be like, So why did he choose you and not me?
You want the piece of meat?
No, I just want his attention.
I'm a vegetarian. You can have it.
How do we know it's not poison? No, why did he choose you to be like, oh, you're so great. I was right there. I helped.
Stool comes up to you and
were
says,
a
"That's
great
okay.
help.
I choose you."
How many
Why did he
Pokemon
choose
references are we gonna do
Wait,
tonight?
wait. I'm sorry. Why did Stool
He
choose
hesitates.
you?
Because I was the only
Oh.
person that acknowledged him. I honestly thought he was a pedestal I was going to stand on top of, literally.
You were going to
Appreciate that.
injure our best NPC. That is uncalled for.
It didn't happen, and I would never now.
We need to protect him.
It took me 2 hours to realize he was important.
All right. As you guys all fall asleep in the pen, you all begin to dream.
Ooh.
And the dreams that you have are strange and disturbing. Dark shadows seem to move and reach out towards you as you wander through lost, endless mazes of tunnels. Jack, oily tentacles come up and begin to strangle you. And all of a sudden, some other tentacles rip them apart, and you see a familiar face looking at you. Your aunt.
Sounds like it's Friday night.
Hi.
Patrick. You dream that you and your sister are playing a very familiar game of cards while drinking some pints together. And as you clang and cheers and you drink, the mug's twice as big as your heads. As she puts hers down, she's missing eyes as maggots fall out of her skull. Calden, you're in a library reading, and you feel that the books are watching you and waiting for you to make a mistake. Make a mistake in your writing, in your reading, and the books grow eyes and begin to walk over and crawl all over you and consume you. Silden, you're playing, and in this inn and tavern that you're playing, you're reciting a personal story. A personal story of a recent adventure you've been on. And everyone is just staring. Did you see the Weekend music video?
You mean the what they did on the Super Bowl?
So not
Or
the Super Bowl one.
The
but
Star Man, the Star.
Not, no. So his the Tears. What's it called the music video for Tears? I don't know if you've seen that one.
No, I haven't seen that one. No.
Okay. Well, there's just an audience, and they're all staring at you. They're all wearing masks, and then they all start to boo at you.
Hey, I know that feeling. Boo. Okay.
Boo.
Bring me the
Meowster.
Please say it's a cup of milk.
Cats are lactose intolerant.
Really?
Most are.
Yep. After
see
being a kid,
a-
yeah.
Large, what looks like to be figure in front of you, made out of metal. Some type of robot. And it turns towards you, and its head gets cut off.
the original character I was supposed to play.
Tamsin. You hear a familiar voice. Where are you? I can barely see you. Why aren't you here? I need you right now. Hello?
God
You
damn it.
giving me the silent treatment again? Stonewalling me? Unbelievable.
I'm kind of busy right now. Can we do this later?
Busy? What
Yeah,
what could be more important than me?
Can we talk later?
Can we talk
Please?
later? I'm coming for you. I'm gonna find you. I see you. I see I know what you're doing. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
I don't know why you asked them.
I'm coming for you.
Do it.
Sounds like she has a stalker.
Or a terrible relative.
It's part. It's a condition.
I was gonna say, why can't they be the same thing?
You all wake up in a sweat, a cold sweat, and you hear a click.
It's starting.
I
What do you
draw
guys
the
do?
dagger,
Okay.
and just it's just in my grasp, and I look around.
Okay.
You know,
Everyone sort of
see if
gets up
everybody's
really
ready.
quickly. Yep,
Yep.
everyone gets up
Yep.
quickly.
Yep.
So I did is two things. Could I, before we went to sleep, like, we're still in shackles, or were we taken out of them, or are we just
You're
in
taken
a
out of
cage area?
shackles. You are out of
Okay.
shackles. Yeah.
So I have to spend the time. And also my sister and I played chess. That was the other thing. We didn't play cards, we played chess. Yes, I know. Minor
Gotcha.
thing. I have the chess mastery. That's
Yes.
anyway. So draw the dagger, looking around. Are we ready?
Let's
You
roll.
have to be.
Yeah, I want my powers back, and I just start walking to the door.
So we're all scared to go forward at this point.
Oh no, I want to go forward, but
Who's opening the door?
Me.
I thought we were
Literally,
wrapping it up, so I didn't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
how much action we want to have right now.
We are wrapping it up as soon whoever opens the door.
I'm opening the door. Can I open the door?
Oh,
Or
you
op-
could
yeah.
totally if you did. I was just heading to the door. You're probably closer. Go for it.
I think I am closest to the door.
All
Go
right.
ahead, open the door. Open the door.
Open the door.
Open
How
the
do I
door.
do that?
Into the breach.
All right.
Oh, door.
You go to the door, and it does open. It slides open. And as soon as it slides open, you see mass chaos. There are dead bodies all over, and flying down from the ceiling of the caverns is a large, monstrous winged monstrosity. And it's being chased by some type of like 10-foot tall mosquito with a long proboscis that's just buzzing, and the buzzing is just reverberating into your brains, and it deafens all of you. There are things on fire. The ropes on the bridges are being burned. You see Drow being pierced by this large proboscis. The other creature with the wings are tearing, and Jorlin is sort of fighting it off with a short sword. It's chaos, and we'll end it there.
Dun dun dun.
And I turn to Jim Jar and I say, "That's another 5 gold you owe me."
Just for the insight, I think it's neat that I had learned helplessness and then I opened the door.
Yeah.
Hey, very good.
Hey!
Look at your personal growth.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah.
This is fantastic. I had a
Well
lot
done,
of fun
Joe.
tonight. Yes, well done.
Well done, Joe.
Congrats.
Yeah. That was a
Thank
lot
you
of
very
fun.
much.
Hope to all see you in a couple weeks, 2 weeks. We're doing every other Friday.
Every
Every
other
other
Friday.
Friday.
Sounds
I
good.
might be streaming from a different location, but I will be there.
Nice.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Have an awesome night.
Okay, bye.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Megan Connell. I'm a therapeutic dungeon master, and I'm going to be one of your instructors during these weeks that you will be taking for your therapeutic game master training. I'm so excited for this course, and I am so proud of it. When I started therapeutic DMing several years ago, there wasn't anything like this out there. I've had to figure out and learn a lot along the way. This is the course I wish I had when I was up and coming. So I hope that you all enjoy this course, and I'm really excited to be sharing all of these materials with you.